you need to understand an MVP. There are so many platforms out there that you don't even need a developer. You can build it yourself. You can actually build apps with no code. It's all visual programming, dragging and dropping. I'm going to offer you guys two solutions. Solution number one.
Our technical skills aren't in like programming. We come from like a data analysis. None of us are designers. So just even like designing an app, what type of person should we bring in versus like if we should just hire somebody to do this and create the MVP for us? Just kind of that's been like the struggle.
Well, let me tell you guys this. This is the classic non-technical founder issue. And I had the same problem, right? I had the community. I knew I had the idea. I knew I had the solution, but developing it is always going to be that hurdle. But the thing is, a lot of tech founders, what they do wrong is they actually invest money into the product first without figuring out if anyone gives a fuck about it. So that's what we need to figure out first, right? Have you guys started, you guys are data guys, right? You know this. The data's got to prove that people want this before you invest $150,000 into a product. So tell me first, what community work have you guys done and data work you've collected on people that have said, yes, I need this platform. Now, tell me, what platforms have you guys used as an MVP that currently exists that could solve your problem right now? Because to back it up, to understand what a true MVP is, a minimal viable product, what solves the issue right now? Is it Eventbrite, Instagram chat group, GroupMe, and then working with events? Like, what have you done in separate apps, or what apps have you used? The reason I asked that question is it is important to research what current solutions are out there so that you know exactly what features you're going to prioritize in your building. Once you've used that, you know that the group type of environment, very important. You need people to come to a certain location to find the activity, book the activity, and get into a chat. So those being the feature prioritization, right? So I use this model. I don't know if you guys can see my whiteboard. Just kidding. Okay, so basically you do a 3-tier model of who is your key user, right? Your key user is the person that moves into a new town, or just consumers, right? Let's just say that's your user. The main problem point is finding people to do activities with, right? Or to go to events with, make friends. And then your core features, what are the 3 things, or what is the one thing your application absolutely, no matter what, without the bells and whistle, has to be able to do? And it seems like based on what you guys are saying is it's just got to be able to match people and help them communicate.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So with that basic level understanding, you need to understand an MVP. There are so many platforms out there that you don't even need a developer. You can build it yourself. I am a visual programmer, so I recently learned that skill where you can actually build apps with no code. It's all visual programming, dragging and dropping. I'm going to offer you guys two solutions. Solution number one is Glide apps. What's awesome about Glide is you can actually use Excel documents and transform your Excel document into a working web app. What my recommendation is going to be, keep your costs low, iterate as fast as you can, and put something out there that people can actually use. Glide is what we made our first $10,000 on and had our first 1,000 customers. So I definitely recommend it. You can build it to be white labeled so no one knows that you built it on Glide. So it's $40 a month. And there's so many tutorial videos on there, guys, and they have a lot of templates if you need a base. But what I'm going to tell you guys is use a template to start with, but then build your own, because you do end up wanting to be your proprietary software, right? If you guys are thinking about becoming a big tech company, there's got to be something proprietary about what you do. While you're on Glide, there won't be much proprietary. You're figuring out that core feature. Next, the second layer I would recommend is bubble.io. Bubble is awesome because it is that drag and drop feature of total a customized app. You can build it first as a web app, and then there's actually developers out there that will take that Bubble web app and transfer it into the Apple App Store as well as onto Android. And I have the contacts for you guys, so I can send those over to you. But Super
That's
easy
great.
way for you guys to figure out people give a shit about this and if it will make money. And you guys are going to have a marketplace, is what I assume, because you also have to have the events be able to post their events. Initially, I'm going to recommend to you guys, you find the events and you post all of them. And all people have to do, look through your marketplace, click on the event, click join event, pay if they need to, and then there is a chat function on Glide if you want to move forward with Glide.
Mm.
It is a member open chat. So sometimes if someone says something inappropriate, you can't modify that. So just monitor that. What I do with Sweatpack, we actually first launched with Instagram chat groups because it was like for what we do is basically we match people on groups for sports leagues and for fitness teams, and it's reoccurring, so they're part of an 8-week league, so they know that they have to build a relationship with the people on their teams. So we used Instagram in its social feature because people wanted to be able to interact with each other beyond that 1 day a week occurrence. So I would recommend use Instagram chat if you can. People won't mind it if they know you're a small startup and you were just starting off. If anything, it's better, it's familiar, and you're breaking down that barrier. But what happens is that B1 application is actually where you're like, hey, I know we used to overcomplicate it and use like 5 different platforms, but guess what? We have a full-on app now. So you can have your chat, your marketplace, list your thing all in one place. And so being able to give these small gradual hints of features allows that adapting to happen better for both the consumer as well as these events, right? People are not going to trust you on events until they know that you have traction and that you can get people to commit to this. So just a few recommendations, take it or leave it. I'm a startup founder too, that works to make sure I can do whatever I want to on the lowest, leanest budget. But that also means we've got to learn how to do shit. So become a visual programmer. And then if you find someone with the technical skills or that aligns with your vision as you put it out into the universe, you will attract that talent. And that's when you can think about, okay, maybe I bring on a CTO, maybe I outsource this. But what I've learned with trying to outsource development is it will get really expensive if you don't know exactly what you want. So I know that was a long roundabout answer to say that use Glide, use Bubble.
No, that was great. I think those are great suggestions.